welcome to our 202nd,
202nd show.
and this one is live. We gotta get the picture with you. Oh,
I got to make sure that I'm not too close to the speaker.
yes, yes, and we're not with the people, so we are here talking the Indiana Mat Wrestling State Finals, not Indiana Mat.
IHSA, yeah.
So
Could be Indiana, Matt.
yeah. Anything? What do you think of the first round? Any
Like the first round this morning or the first round overall?
overall?
Man, and I know I'm not saying this just because we have some Brownsburg people in attendance, but Brownsburg's really good.
Yes.
We kind of talked about it all year. Them being number one, they dominated Team State. They had a really good night. By my simple math, I think they went 11 for 11, right?
Yes, that's a pretty tough math to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, they looked real good, and they did their jobs. They came in 9 champs, 2 runner-ups, and they all won, which is what they need to do. So kudos to them, and it's going to be they're going to start running away with it pretty quick.
Yeah, and I think overall, Evansville as a whole had a good night.
Yes.
I think just looking at the number of medalists, those guys, I think the top three of the top 5 teams was Avon, Center Grove, Brownsburg, right?
Yes.
So I don't have it in front of me, but we were trying to talk about not a lot of crazy upsets. I mean, I guess obviously we got some people from Adams County here, and I know there were strong supporters of female wrestling. Ocampo going down in the first round, first match of the night. Our second match of the night. So kind of a surprising result. Obviously, I think that was the only number 1 that lost. Cruz is really tough. We get to see him a lot. Lake Central wrestles a really tough schedule. Just when you go down there, you just can't. There's not a lot of any kind of mistakes, and with the 3-point takedown, I think it's a real game changer.
Yeah, I think Cruz wrestled a real safe match there. I think he didn't do anything to put himself in danger, and wrestled real smart and wrestled real well, and ended up getting the win over a tough opponent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it takes away from the history. I mean, obviously, we Heather Crawl, 3-time state qualifier, also. We talked about it on the show this week with Evansville and Newcastle meeting up at 106. It was going to be really hard. Per my rankings, I guess, I thought those were the 2 stronger semi-states, and there's just a blind draw, so that's really tough. Ducking over Morrow, that was on paper. I think there's a lot on paper matchup, maybe results that we lacked the rankings early, but I think if I did redo the rankings a little bit, like on the backside, we didn't release it, but a lot of it wasn't as upset that way, I guess.
Yeah, we the rankings held up pretty good. A couple unranked guys punched through, but they weren't like totally under the radar. Other than Jakari Markey.
Jakari Markey, man.
You're the number 1 fan of his fan club now.
I am. Hey, when I'm wrong, I'll tell you I'm wrong, and when I'm right, I'll definitely tell you I'm right.
We have someone to verify that over here, don't we?
Yeah, I think. Well, Kim's in the house. She knows I like to tell everybody when I'm wrong, and I'm a lot less loud when I'm a lot less loud when I'm right. Right?
Yes.
But no, they told us that Jakari Markey was going to be a problem come the state tournament, that he had good coaching and that he was really athletic, and we put him on the watch list, and result wise it wasn't ever going to be like guy's going to have a medal. He has 1 more medal than I have. Joe got the brackets up, thank goodness. I don't have to pull it up on my phone like a caveman.
So we're going to go over 106 and anything that's going on there. So 106, Trayvon Ducking over Caleb Morrow, major decision, 4/3. Not a crazy upset, but Ducking's looking real good right now.
Yeah, I think if we redid it today, I think we talked about it on the Monday show, Ducking would probably be the 1. And, obviously Morrow was the 4 at Newcastle. That's pretty tough. We talked about Cruz over Campo 7-1. The real upset of that first round was Connor Maddox with the shaved head. He got rid of the hair from the Al Smith that we've been telling him was really good. He looked really good. Tech fall over Gavin Ash.
I did not expect a tech fall over Ash there. That was pretty surprising.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Joe Warner. We changed it from Joseph to Joey, so we are now going by Joey, what everyone else in the greater Huntertown area knows him as. 8-1 win. First freshman state qualifier, now first freshman state placer for Carroll. He's pretty tough. He's gonna have a tough one with Maddox, but he's a goer, and that's gonna be a real good match, I think.
Yeah. We don't go by government names, so when you change it up on us in the book, if you've been using a different name all year, we're gonna go with what we know you as.
Yes, I've known Joey for a while, so I've always called him Joey, and he likes to use his government name, I guess, sometimes on brackets.
Same
until the state finals. State finals were serious. We're gonna go with our known name.
For some reason, I just met some parents from Bishop Chatard, and I was like, they're like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Michael." And for some reason, I have no clue why I said that. I haven't been a Michael my entire life. I just felt like I needed to be professional.
Nice. Well, when you're on the elite, like Bishop Chatard, man, 2-0 tonight.
2-0. I was trying to be, trying to impress.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can give a round of applause, Bishop Chatard, that's good. My guys from last year. I mean, I had to buy him another tray of shots. We just sent it over last year. Not probably a lot more celebrating for Bishop Chatard this year.
Yes, it was a sad last year, but we're celebrating tonight. So bottom half bracket: Sam Westfall 133 pin over Ramon Sierra Garrett. Case Bridge 11-0 over Heather Crawl. Heather Crawl has had a really stellar career and probably I'd say almost underappreciated. What qualifying for state 3 times, no matter where you are, is pretty tough.
I agree. I think an underappreciated, and I don't underappreciate it. I thought, making it to state 3 times through the Newcastle semi-state's pretty impressive. But she didn't get the pop that Juliana got when they got out. Like when they announced her going out, it wasn't the same feel as like when Juliana went out. I know she was first state medalist, but a really great career for Heather Crawl. I mean, that's a tough task. It would have been easy to, I don't want to say it would be easy. Like she chose to wrestle with the boys and in the male division and got back to the state finals.
Yeah.
2 losses on the season, right?
Yeah, 3 times, and she had a real good career, and she's going to go on to college and do a lot of damage there.
Oh, so. Yeah. I expect both her and Juliana to be representing us at the highest level.
Yep. Bottom quarter bracket, Reed Wicker over Julianne DeLuna, Tech Fall, and then Daniel Brown Jr. 4-3 over Tate Laurent. That was a real good match. Towards the end, Laurent was pushing the action, almost got a stall call. It was we knew it was going to be a tight match there.
Yeah, that was a really good one. Reed Wicker looks really good. I thought that was going to be tight. Obviously, 2-7. I think they split over the last year. Daniel Brown got the rubber match. I was surprised about how supportive the entire I don't know what they call it. We call it CYL in Northwest Indiana. Like the entire Newcastle area. We were sitting by a lot of Cathedral people, and obviously it got pretty loud for them. So I used to think everyone hated Cathedral. Now it seems like everyone loves them.
Yeah, they're cheering for a lot of kids. Like there's Chase Leach, the cover boy of the media guide.
We're trying to get a printed cover media guide for the Leach family.
Yes, we're gonna make a poster, life size. So 113, Case Bell, he's good at wrestling. Do we need to talk much more than that? 24 seconds. I blinked and he was off the mat.
I'm gonna be willing to bet we'll have a lot to talk about Case Bell on Monday on the recap show. Yes. Yeah, he is really good.
Yeah, he looked real good. Obviously, Charlie Fleshman, second time to state, 24 seconds. Keegan Dressler over Xavier Acuna, 7-3.
That was a good match. I thought there was a sequence in there. Like I felt like Acuna at the end kind of got stacked up on his back. I was happy to see that he wasn't injured.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to move ours over here. Hold on a second.
Move it on over. I got to get close to Joe.
No, I got to move the bracket over. So our fans can see this.
Yeah. Moving down, Bakari Cooper, a 4-over-1 with Eli Ogle of the Tri-West Hendricks, right?
Tri-West Hendricks. I don't know what they are.
I'm not sure what they are either. But that was a good match. Ranking-wise, Ogle 8 and Bakari Cooper 21. I mean, Bakari looked really good at the semi-state or 4-way semi-state.
Yeah, he did. He looked good, and just Ogle's pretty tough. He's been in the tough room. I mean, if you don't know, he was a semi-state qualifier for Brownsburg last year. He knows how to train hard, and that experience helped him out in that match. Colin Strayer, minor upset over Lincoln Parsons, 10-1. Probably more of the upset was it was a major there.
Yeah.
Parsons really tough, senior, and just I didn't expect a major there. If there was going to be either way, I didn't think you didn't see a major.
Yeah, we talked about that too. The 10 losses on Strayer's record, kind of deceiving with the schedule that they wrestle.
Yeah. And then the bottom half, it's pretty loaded. Peyton Shutley still undefeated. Tech Fall over Nash Burke. And then Cade Jackson over Jude Heason. Really good match there.
Yeah, that might have been one of the better matches of the first round. I think that, and at 32, was it a late stall call to tie it 4-4, and then a late takedown with like less than 10 left. So
yeah, it was a good match there. Noel Verduzco, another one that's I think he's kind of flying under the radar with Shutley and Bell, but Verduzco's real tough. I'm looking forward to seeing him in action tomorrow.
Yeah.
43-second fall.
If anyone was wondering, I heard the ranch is so good. Look at Troy trying to bring us some pizza.
Nice.
I got to be an ultra professional now. Did you put hot stuff on it? Troy Hahn in the house.
Hey, Troy, can you get that for him?
Oh, that's my that's my secret powers.
This wouldn't be the first time you've eaten on camera on the show.
Well, they told me I can't. We're getting Dane on here, the legend himself.
I figured I'd jump in to give you a chance to chew.
We have Dane.
That's the best thing to do when you're on a 3-man crew. We've learned. Give that guy a chance to take a backup and dial yourself down.
Yes.
You don't want to hear his chomping though.
Yeah. So Rex Moore over Justice Thrasher. Oh, we have Triple B in the house. The mouth of the South. He's celebrating Evansville getting oh, geez.
He's even got the shirt. He even got the shirt.
He's celebrating Evansville only getting 14 placers or so.
We kind of suck
down this year. Oh, Dustin's going to get on the mic now. We're in trouble. So anything else on that bottom quarter bracket with Verduzco and Rex Moore? Rex Moore punching a ticket to Saturday. 3 versus 6 coming up tomorrow. Let's see. 120. Oh, I got to get. We were on one. There we go. We are on, and I have the wrong brackets up. Sorry, people. Presentation.
I don't know how he navigates all of it.
We don't need dead airtime on
Yes, 120. They got Revan Dickman. We don't need to talk about him.
He's all right.
Joseph Mendoza. He's okay.
Yeah, that's a great quarterfinal match.
Yeah,
right away in the morning.
Bollinger over John Biscuit, 1 versus 4. That's going to be a real good one. I'm sure someone here has an opinion on that.
The next first round match there, Lewis and Meyer, was the best match of the first hour of the tournament, I thought.
Yeah, that was a great match.
Yeah, that was real good. Came down to the end. Meyer, former placer. There we go.
And again, I think Lawrence North had a great showing today.
Let's see. Did I get him up there? Okay, there we go. Yeah, Lawrence North did real good. There we go. We'll go down. Caden Underwood over major decision over Timmy Roca. Unranked Caden Underwood, 10 losses coming in, and he's punching a ticket this Saturday. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Lawrence North has switched up their schedule a little bit, so that's not a team that I had seen all season. I didn't know much about him, and he was very impressive against Roca.
Yeah. Going down. Any comments there, Dustin?
No, we're good.
We're good. We got Levi Johns over Ezra Phi. They were 1-1 with each other. Johns got the major this time. Royce Malone of Center Grove over Lincoln Underwood of Portage. So number 2 versus 11. What do you think about Royce Malone? He's from the South, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, Malone, look, Underwood's a very good wrestler. So for him to pick up that major, that was a really good win there. Underwood has the atomic elbow he'll hit in shot defense that I don't know how he gets away with it, but always does.
Yeah.
And for Johns, losing to Bollinger at regional, I think you were thinking he was marginal state qualifier potential material. Instead, he comes back. He beats Bollinger to win the semi-state, comes out and wins a rubber match against Phi. And once again, he's one of those seniors that now has nothing to lose, really. He's exceeded expectations already. And sometimes those guys on Saturday morning can be especially dangerous.
There we go. We are on 120, right?
Yeah, we're going to the bottom of 120.
Yeah. So then, that should be another good match. Johns was tough. This is a second state medal, so he can do. I mean, he's going to be dangerous there. The last quarter bracket, Blake Getz over Caleb Asa, 53-second fall. Then Mason Gels, fall 307. Getz looking real good. 6 and 7. That's going to be another good quarter bracket. Let's see.
Absolutely. Getz got that Madison blood running through him, so you got to pull for him.
Nice. 126. Nathan Rio didn't waste much time on the mat. 117 over Cameron Baker Garrett. Then probably another really good match. I guess you can call it good for a period. Vargo and Yant 0-0 going to the second period, and Chase Yant got a takedown and then turned him 4 times and ended it pretty quick. That's crazy.
Yeah, between Yant and Xavier Smith, Fishers scored a ton of points today in their first couple of bouts. I was really impressed with Isaac Ash once again, a kid that I hadn't seen all year. I feel like I've seen most of these guys over the course of the year. Everything I saw from Hickson Love the entire year had been awesome, and then Ash comes in and beats him pretty soundly.
Yeah, that was I thought Hickson Love wrestled real well. Coming in only with 1 loss. He's only a sophomore, so he's going to be back. That's a tough draw. Isaac Ash has ran into the semifinals from that 4 seed before, so he's used to it. That's probably not the draw Love wanted, and that's that's a tough out right there. Then Eli Brody over Matthew Maldonado, 9-4, 4-2, real close match. Guys were pretty close a couple times, and he got the one takedown needed.
That was one where Brody was awarded the takedown, and I know David didn't feel like it was a takedown, and the match just kind of kept creeping forward and forward and forward, and we were calling it on the radio, and it got to the point where they just kind of missed out on the opportunity to go over and argue it because it never changed. They went right back into it and sort of separated, I think, because it was 1-1, right?
Yeah.
It was 1-1, and he got the takedown, and then he right away came back out and he got the escape after that. But
it was a tough call right there, so it happens. Braden Volts of Eastern Hancock over Cameron Woods. Volts is real good. He's sneaky good. You don't hear much about Eastern Hancock, and major decision over a pretty tough Cameron Woods.
Yeah, I made the comment when we were on the air that Cameron Woods was one of those guys that I just kind of had seared into my mind from watching him at the Al Smith. When I saw his name on the bracket, I thought, now there's a kid who could pull off an upset, somebody who I thought was really, really solid. And then a kid that I didn't know much about at all comes through and beats him 13-1. Very impressive.
Yeah, 2 state medals already for Vols. He's pretty tough. Then Ty Henderson over Jordan Correct, North Miami, 10-3. Henderson's pretty solid, just wins.
Yeah, he put Correct on his back and got that modern day student section and the team section really, really fired up. And Rex and I were talking about it. That's such a key part of the atmosphere that we've had here, over the last 25 years of having that modern day student section, the team in their suits and ties, getting fired
Looked like
up.
Back in the day, didn't it?
It did. And one thing that we noticed later on in the night too was they weren't just rooting for modern day kids.
No.
When Dressler was in a tight match, they were cheering, and that kind of regional spirit is one of the things that's a real positive, I think, in our sport, because we do like to band together with some guys that we do battle with early on in the tournament, but then all of a sudden those are the guys you're rooting the hardest for, almost as much as your teammates.
Yeah, I mean, we had 20 guys there tonight from Madison. No Madison wrestlers, just rooting like crazy for our regional kids. So for sure, kids you grow up with, wrestle with, train with.
Yeah, that's always cool to see that. And once we're always rooting for the Fort Wayne guys. So we got,
I'm gonna give it back to Mike.
Hand it back to him.
So bottom quarter bracket, Gavin Gendris over Richard Rogers, a returning state placer, 10-1. Dominic Brown, Tech Fall over Sean Harris.
I thought Don Brown looked really good.
Yeah, I did not expect him to tech Harris. Harris is sneaky good, sophomore. He's been to around the block. He's pretty solid, and I didn't expect Brown to do that, but he kind of turned it up and got the win there.
I can vouch that Joe's definitely cheered for the Fort Wayne semi-state. I can definitely vouch for that, guys. We got an expert on 126 in here. She come break down the bracket for you.
Oh.
That's what I only got it at the last part of the bracket. Two-time
some rowdy
runner-up.
people here. So
yeah, there's a good crowd here. It looks like a lot of people showed up.
Yeah, good to see a lot of people. Nice to be done at 8 o'clock. The heavyweights picked up the pace, and we got out of here. So 132, top quarter bracket. Lane Horn, third time's a charm, punches ticket to Saturday over Chip Hazley. There'll be another good one here. He has Eddie Goss over. Eddie Goss beat Cullen Troyer 7-0. So yeah, a 4-7 Saturday morning match.
Yeah, both those guys are really tough. Obviously, guys has had a couple of really good state tournaments, got a couple medals, and I'm sure Horn, formerly ranked number 1 at 106 one time, and I got to hear an earful about one of our guests. Yeah, I'm sure that monkey's off his back. He's probably gonna be a little bit wrestle a little bit looser.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a run there midway through the first session where David Maldonado and the Maryville staff didn't move out of the chair. They were in the same mat and the same chairs for about 3 straight waits. That was a really good match between Warren Brown and Sam Mosier. Delta up in the top 5 in the team standing, and their studs just continued to win. Saw Stebbins get taken down right away in his match, and then come back and stack his guy up. So Delta had a really good day.
Yeah, they did. That one was real tight. That was probably one of the better first round matches in that first session.
Yeah, those 2 back-to-back matches, Mosier and Brown.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Caleb Schaefer, Donald Bowie. Just guys were getting after it. Coastal takedowns, good scrambles. Man, that was a tough 3 and 5 right off the bat. That was probably one of my favorite first round matches.
Well, it was definitely one of those matches. I think when we put it down, like we're like, ooh, that's gonna be hard. Like obviously Donald Bowie had been wrestling really well, and Schaefer had been wrestling really well. But that Friday night, man, just random draw. You have no clue how it's gonna go.
Yep.
I mean, Joe does. He gets the bracket early.
Except for they kept messing them up, so I didn't even know which ones were the right brackets.
Who's them, Joe? Say their name.
Yes. So Jake Hockaday, he's good at wrestling over Cullen Crowley of Cathedral.
We saw some Jake Hockaday graffiti on a Indianapolis police car.
I think it was a state police car.
State police car.
Man.
So, not only Joe's laptop, but also state police cars.
What am I going to do with my laptop? It says 3-time state champ. What am I going to do with it when he wins tomorrow?
I think you got to ask nicely to get a 4-time.
Yeah, just right over there to replace it.
If I don't want to, I'm not dismissing any of these guys. I had enough trash talk to me
That's
today.
right. You don't want to get called out again.
Yeah. Oh man, hurt my feelings. Had to take it down a little bit. Go regroup. Go find my region friends. Not as many region friends in here today. Little suspects.
Yeah.
Got a couple here. We got Crown Point in the house.
There
Some
we go.
Borskies. We can get a breakdown of Tennessee wrestling and Indiana wrestling.
Indiana's better.
They're Indiana. They went Tennessee. Then now they're back in Indiana.
So going down, Drew Walden over Landon Westenfield. Good to see Waldron come back and get a state medal. That's pretty impressive.
That is really impressive. I mean, the surgery that he had, it's a tough one to come back from, and I thought that he was going to be out for the whole year. And I think he battled like some sickness this week too, where I think he only went. I mean, even with the snow, I'm sure a lot of people miss school, but it's good to see him have some success in his senior year. Was this his 3rd try also?
Yes. And then bottom quarter bracket, Tylen Thrine over Anthony Zaransky. That's real close for a while. Zaransky battled. I was pretty impressed.
And he had a Tex in the house too, doing a little recruiting.
Yes.
More Hagwoods.
Yes, we will get to them soon. You want to talk about them?
The end of that match, though, between Thrine and Zaransky, honestly, reminded us all how we kind of fell in love with Thrine a couple years ago when he made his run to his state title. That explosiveness and his ability to score.
Oh, yeah.
To score on his feet.
I think, obviously I had Zaransky ranked. One of our semi-state rankers didn't have Zaransky in the rankings.
I don't think he was paying attention.
We don't get that disagreement as much, but I knew he was really tough. Had a lot of good youth results and in a tough lineup there. So that was a good match.
He's going to be one to watch, keep an eye out for the next 3 years. And then Hunter Douglas over LT Hawkins 9-4. He wrestled smart position, held position, got the takedowns when he needed them. Stayed out of the danger positions that Hawkins can put you in and end up with a W.
Yeah, I think that's a tough one. Obviously, Crown Point's title hopes, if they had any title hopes, obviously Brownsburg going 11 for 11 is pretty impressive. Kind of started like a tough run at 32, and we talk about momentum, and people could say it's an individual sport, and momentum's not real, but that's one I'm sure that they thought they were gonna get. But Hunter Douglas is really good too. So
yeah, Andy's done a great job with him this year.
100%.
Yeah, that was a real good match. And then 38.
See my guy Brian Bell's here now too.
Oh, we got some Brownsburg people. Uh-oh.
He missed the Case Bell talk early on, but I'm sure we'll come back for it.
Yes.
Grandma came.
Oh, Grandma
Grandma
Bell's
Bell's
here.
in the house too. Yeah,
Oh, geez.
he's really good. We only got to see him for about 24 seconds today.
Yeah.
So
Man.
that's our kind of.
I think that's not done that thing. Anyway, we don't have the brackets. There we go. And 138. Peyton Richards, 4/1 over Dylan Ogg. Good. Oh, now Triple B comes alive.
Yeah, we got 4/1. We're about to get some. I think we're about to get loud here.
Yeah, Richards, scores the early takedown in the first period, and then that was it. Those two had very similar styles, and Richards able to sort of neutralize Ogg.
Peyton Richards, first medalist in Switzerland County history.
First Pacer medalist.
Pacer medalist. Congratulations. Triple B trained, I heard one time.
And
Or several.
one of my things that I love to talk about is just sort of the inner storylines that kind of get interwoven in all of this. You know, Switzerland County gets invited to Team State, right? And they get to wrestle at Adams Central in 1A Team State. They don't necessarily wrestle against Adams Central, but like Switz County comes up to Belmont, wrestles in their room on Friday night before Team State. Sort of have that Adams County connection. And then we got to know their coaches, and then all of a sudden he draws Dylan Ogg, and two of the very best 1A teams in the state square off in a really important match for both sides. And kudos to Switz County for that first medal.
I know a couple guys are on that voting board. Sounds like we made some right choices.
We did very much. He had a big role to play for Switz County.
So then, do we just skip over this next one?
Are we just gonna jump that one?
Yeah. I see some people intently looking on what we're going to say about this. Jack Davis, 13-0 major over Sonny Sessa, 10/11. Another one that I did not expect to see I did not expect to see bonus points in that one.
I knew it was going to be a good match. I know Jack Davis had wrestled Hawkins at ISWA a couple years ago and wrestled him really tough. So I thought maybe they could have a better idea of what was going to happen. But Chatard showed out, man, back to back. I'm sure we're about to talk about it again, but back to back matches over Crown Point.
Yeah.
At one point, they were saying that maybe they should get Crown Point on the schedule. They had the formula. 5-point favorite. We got Betty Nods.
Oh, geez. Yeah. No, that he wrestled well. And
if anyone needs some financial advice, my guy right here, follow him on Twitter. He'll tell you what the mark's looking for you.
I think my hidden gem for Indiana might be Jack Davis.
That's what we were saying.
So, yeah, that's going to be a good one. 9-10 right there. Two guys that are.
We've plugged Spangle's TikTok a couple times, hidden gems. We always want to.
We were plugging it today on the broadcast.
Love it, man.
As well. But
I'm making a list of the hidden gems in Indiana.
That Newcastle semi-state showed their strength, I thought, at this weight class.
What's that? Dude,
he does love his mascot.
But we did plug the best name in Indiana wrestling, Jet Goldsberry, constantly.
Yes.
Talked to John today. Yes.
So going down, another Brownsburg kid. Brownsburg wasn't messing around today. 54-second fall for Braylon Reynolds over Liam Baumgartner of
11-0.
Western.
That's not bad.
Terry Easley 7-5 over Josh England. Another pretty crazy match, and Easley comes out on top of the end. I know there's some fireworks towards the end, and Easley number 23 over 8. So a little bit of an upset.
Someone made a nice post about Terry Easley being a sleeper in the tournament too.
Who is that?
I think Triple B.
He's only paying attention when we're talking about Southern people. So yeah, that's obviously Braylon Reynolds wrestling real well. Got it. He's on the good side of the bracket over there, and
Warren Central had a good day too.
Yeah.
They got 5 day 2.
I think so, and they look good. They had a lot of bonus points too. Speaking of bonus point machine, Evan Stanley, another tech fall over Kate Zuber, Greenfield Central. Justice Thornton, Columbus North over Henry Farrote, Belmont tech fall. I know it's Farrote's second time to state. He'll be back, and he's going to keep getting better and better.
Man, Thornton is a big kid.
Dude, he is
built.
He is. I was surprised when we saw him. He's a little bit bigger than Henry. sometime that maybe Henry get on that same run as like Gavin Davis. Gavin
They
Davis
get on that same nutrition plan.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Now Davis looked real good. We'll talk about him in a little bit. Gunner Butt, new pal over Cooper Wilkins Portage, 11-4.
Might have the best hair in the tournament.
Yes. Well, now that Maddox cut his hair, man, he dropped out of the rankings.
Yeah, he was right up there. I mean, Juris, maybe that's our top 5 ranking tonight. Best hair in the tournament.
Oh yeah, Juris has a real nice mullet.
I mean, Tyler Thrine rocking some hair, right?
Yeah, he got the red hair. He wants the green and the red. He's almost like kind of like Christmas. The
I
green
thought it was
singlet.
like pink with some like flames in it. I don't know.
I'll get a little bit better view of it tomorrow. So then Isaiah Schaefer over Ashton Gooney. Schaefer's already good. You got 2 versus 4 tomorrow morning. That's going to be fireworks.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. Rematch from Mater Day.
What?
That's one of
Yes.
I think that's one of the very best
Wait.
quarterfinals in the first half of tomorrow morning's first round.
The
Butt and Schaefer.
Yeah, I think the quarterfinals are always one of my favorite rounds because there's a lot of different. There's a randomness to it. There's no like system in place where you have no clue. It's just up to the draw. Plus, you don't know who's cutting weight. You don't know how they're managing their weight. You don't know who's going to have the back-to-back night. So always an interesting spot there.
Yeah, there might be a little less craziness now because previously we'd get over about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to cut some weight, make sure your weight's good, then go to bed, then wake up 7 o'clock, get back to it. So now we're getting down a little bit
I
earlier.
think we're witnessing a little TikTok romance brewing over there
Oh,
between Spangle and Brewer.
I think Rex Brewer's about to give his hidden gem in Indiana.
The double eagle?
I said, you guys are getting a little TikTok romance going? There you go.
Has he given you a TikTok Jesus yet? Oh, he's got one in his pocket. I guarantee it. Right there it is. See how he took that out right away?
Right on cue.
He's like a trained monkey.
He is. He is something like that.
He does tricks for everybody. 144.
I'm going to go get Brewer and bring him on.
Yeah.
Okay. We got 144. Jeffrey Hivert of New Prairie looking real good.
Yeah, he's tough, man.
Tech Fall over Dakota Willoughby, Fountain Central. And then Peyton Hornsby. Can't speak right there. Center Grove, Tech Fall over Kevin Tom. Kevin Tom had a real nice velvet robe, man.
Oh,
those WWC robes were nice.
They had the crushed velvet green robe. The little hood on it. I thought they were gonna have a nice feathered hat. I was a little disappointed.
I was disappointed that Salazar wasn't wearing one.
He said he was going to, man. I'm disappointed too.
Now we have the man, the myth, the legend, Rex
Hall
Brewer.
of Famer,
Hall
Rex
of Famer.
Brewer.
What's up,
Not
Rex?
quite Hall of Famer yet.
Well, partial Hall of
Just,
Famer.
just
right?
the award doesn't get you in. I'm still. I know somebody. I'm trying to get in.
I know the same guy. I'm not in. We know the same person. He never got us in.
Yeah, he's never got man. Who's he gonna get in first? We'll find out who his favorite friends are.
You have to host a show with him for like 6 years, and then you get dragged in. I was just like a package deal brought us in.
Is that how he locked his wife in? I see her over there. She looks so impressed.
Well, he's listed her on the show today as our 4th member of our broadcast team, so she's remained anonymous here so far.
I think she puts in probably as much time as Dane does. Dane works hard, but you have to have a strong partner to let you do all that stuff.
So now going down 4-44, Bryce Doss pin over Lincoln Frazee of North White. Then Cohen Long, number 25, Columbus North. Yeah, Cohen Long's Triple B trained, right?
Also
Yes,
Triple B trained.
yes.
A lot of training going out the mouth of the South.
Yes. Wyatt Hop over Wyatt Hoppus 4-2. Kind of a real close match. Hoppus was close to a couple takedowns, but just couldn't finish.
We've seen that Hops, wrestle ever since he started coming through Yorktown, and he's been so solid. And then to watch him, not make it through the Friday night rounds, kind of surprising, but it lets you know where those levels. Sometimes you think your guys are real studs, and then they run into real studs and figure out what it's
Well,
real
I
like.
don't want to say real stuff. He's good too. He's really good. I think it's one of those things we were just talking about on the walk over. When you're in your like fishbowl, like when I was a kid, all I ever saw was like Maryville semi-state, and I would sit there like, man, no one's ever gonna beat Justin Benj or Brad Harper or whoever from when I was a kid. And then we come down here and I'm like, I can't believe they lost. And because you don't recognize everyone else from the state, but then also like you're also looking at maybe like a couple really good guys.
Yeah.
Like we don't. Oh, okay. Well, that's Randy Baker. He's really good. And then then if he loses, you're like, well, everyone told me he's the best.
Well, you go back, you look at back in my day, 40 some years ago, and these big power teams were not around. The guys have the academies, and they got guys from different states wrestling. those teams weren't around. So
Right.
you could see that the guys across state were pretty good. Now we got these teams that are power teams, teams that bring in like 13 people from their semi-state. It's like those guys are just really hard to beat. If you're a small town school, like in your county, it's tough to compete with those big powerhouse teams.
And we talked about that a little bit, like the goals, right? Like, what are your goals? Like, those guys' goals are to like go out and win, be nationally ranked top 5 or whatever. But you can be successful like whatever you want. If you're that small county team, go to 1A state and compete. Have a full squad that's there competing. I mean, we always talk about Adams Central, how well they did.
And you look at those small schools. We see Adams County having put those football teams into the state finals all those years.
Yep.
Adams Central has really been very successful. That's why you have to have that team level for the wrestling team state to allow those teams to compete.
100%.
Now, if you want to be modern day and Cathedral and you want to wrestle up with the big boys, have at it. Go ahead.
100%.
But you have to know your limits. And
Oh,
if you're a 1A team, you don't come and say, I'm going to go wrestle in 4A because I want to.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm strong, but if we put 500 pounds on the bench press, I'm not going to be like, let me get that. Someone give me a spot. So, moving on down. I'm sorry, Joe.
Move on down, man. Someone over here is just waiting to hear about the Hagwoods. I believe there's a Prairie Heights alum in the house. Cody, the better Hagwood, beat Chase Klein of Avon by fall. Didn't want to waste time on the mat. Looking real good right now. He's going to have a tough Luke Reed. Reed over number 6 in the state over number 16 Alex Panteco. Major decision. That should be a good one at 6-9. What do you see at the Hagwoods? I know you're a big Hagwood fan.
Strong Hagwood supporter. Explosive. They get after it. I mean, some of those matches, that was a pretty quick fall, right? The other one, last second takedown. Those guys are exciting to watch. I think we were talking about it at the table when I was eating some wings a little bit ago. The food's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. You want to see exciting wrestling? I think I made a post about people that score points, and I really want to see like guys that are attacking and scoring, and and the Hagwoods are that stuff.
Brock doesn't like my comments about which one's the better one.
Oh, I didn't even know we had comments on here.
I'll tell you what.
This could be a 5-hour show.
57 is stud loaded. 57 is just so tough.
That's one of those weights. We're not. Are we at 57?
No, we're at 44.
Okay. I was saying 57.
The other head. They're 44 is tough too.
57 is one of those weights where you can walk away every other weekend and have a different champ.
Yeah. So Brody looking real good. He's going to be. I think he might be under the lights, and unlike Travis Marcolio was, because he won't choke in the semifinals.
I can't hear. Wait.
Let's see if he comes over here. Has anybody placed 11?
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty positive.
9
no.
was the most, right?
There's a website for that.
Isn't it called Indiana Mat?
Possibly, yes. But the alternative name is something else.
Yeah, we've got several names.
Yeah, we have several domain names. So bottom quarter bracket, Tommy Gibbs, the toughest, nicest bully on the mat, or something like that.
Yeah, the biggest bully at 144, just on the mat. So if anyone's in there saying that I'm being disrespectful, I'm not.
He's the nicest bully you've ever met.
That's what. I don't know, man.
According to somebody.
I have a brother. He's a pretty nice bully. He sent me some good texts today.
So then Sam Bustamante, Bishop Chittard over Logan Haney, 5-0.
Back to back for Bishop Chittard, Sam Bustamante.
I'm guessing this is Chittard's first time with multiple placers. 1976. So it's been a couple years.
Were you,
That's my era.
Yeah, I was saying that was you, man.
My freshman year of high school.
Oh, wow.
I was not born yet.
I was -3 or so. So going on up 150. Let me change the bracket here. 150. You got Silas Foster from Purdue Polytech. That didn't look good.
That was a good match, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. He almost got spladled there.
I thought Cooksey had that spladle, too.
Yeah. Cooksey likes to spladle people. I remember he spladled Wood from Jay County last year, the IPO first round. Wood wrestles like 74 matches to place 3rd.
Man, Silas Foster might have been rocking the best T-shirt in the place, second best behind our Haggard Hershey and so High School Wrestling Weekly. But he had a Mike Morgan faced the professor shirt, pretty good.
Yeah, that's a scary looking shirt.
I know. I'm trying to get one now. We're gonna try to get those on the Indiana Mat website store.
Yes, yeah, that'll sell out really quick. And then Michael Ortega over Dallas Davidson. Ortega with a late fall. That's going to be number 2 and 3 tomorrow. That's going to be a fun match.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit. Foster wrestled them, I believe, at ISWA, and kind of, I think he won major tech fall. But Mikey Ortega's wrestling really well. Coming down from 57, both those guys came down from 57. They look like they're pretty big 150s. So those guys get after, they score points. That'll be a fun match.
Yep. Then Seth Syra, major decision over Tyler Lavin, Indianapolis Cathedral 9-0. Easton Doster back on the. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just looking at the rankings next to these guys. They didn't ask for our seats, huh?
No. Then number 1, Easton Doster back on the horse after taking a loss in the semi-state finals. He beat Tegan Newell, who decided to gain a couple pounds.
Yeah. Eric said he was going to jump on the mic here a little bit. I hadn't seen him come in. But, yeah, he's going to tell us about how to gain 40 pounds over a single year.
You know, Newell's a big jump, but not like you were talking about the one guy there tonight that went from 13 to 75.
Yep, Wyatt Davis. Yeah, he was the biggest jump for a state qualifier.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That wasn't in 1 year, though, right?
No, it was from – so he qualified as a freshman at 113 and as a senior at 175. Those zebras like to eat.
I'll let Eric post the side-by-side from Tegan from last year at the state finals of this year. It's pretty significant.
So now we got a number 1 and 4. So top 4 guys are in the top half bracket. 1 and 4, 2 versus 3. That's gonna be some. Don't miss the 150-pound quarterfinals.
The guys in the bottom half of that bracket are just really happy.
Well, I think the bottom half's really good too. It's like night and day, right? So you had the top guys that had the recognition through the season, and the bottom half and Cyrus up top. He's doing really well this season too. I don't want to dismiss that. But the bottom half of the guys are some guys that have probably been wrestling really well the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. So you got Lincoln Carter, powered by the Butler McDonald's.
Shout out to Butler McDonald's.
They're getting some Uber Eats from Butler.
Do you think their ice cream machine works?
Never.
Never.
Oh, it's Butler.
You know,
No, you have to put in an order a week in advance.
Uber Eats in Butler, there's only one restaurant to pick from, isn't it? Or is there a Subway there someplace?
That's
There's probably a Subway, and then they can just go to Waterloo has a Subway. They have a pizza place, and they have something else, I think. I don't know. So, Lincoln Carter, third trip to state, pins Zach Kenny, and then Alex Smith, Aaron Durham. Man, Alex Smith is an exciting wrestler to watch. He has 46 pins out of 48 matches, or 49 wins now. So he only got a major decision. So
only, right?
Yeah.
If you guys like people that like to throw headlocks and pin people, and then make sure you're watching Alex Smith.
Yeah. So
for the Patriots at Heritage Hills, correct?
Obviously, Tim Carter's watching here, so he's probably gonna get the full scouting report. Hopefully, Coach Peppo and Villafuerte can get a good game plan. I'd love to see an Eastside Blazer. He's the first Eastside Blazer to play since 1996. Do you know who that was? Derek Miller.
Okay.
He was in the finals. He was under the lights. So
he sung the Joker, right?
Well, the girls have some placers now.
yes.
Turtle last year.
Yeah. Yes.
And the bottom quarter bracket there, we got bottom quarter bracket.
Parker Reynolds over Hank Fennessy, Tech Fall. A little conference matchup right there. And then Marlone Kirksey, 1 minute, 15-second fall over Brayson Shortgen of Adams Central.
When they're holding the brackets now, like when one of those matches like that goes really quick, 'cause I think the Tech was 120?
141.
141 Tech. So that match is done, and then Kirksey goes out and gets a 1 minute 15. Now you just got a dead mat. Referees can go over there, hang out, watch some wrestling, stretch.
Yeah, that lets watch Alex Smith wrestle. So, and Smith's fun to watch. So 157. There might be another Hagwood we're going to talk about. Are the Hagwoods no, they're not. It's Hershey. So okay,
Haggard,
not Hagwood.
Haggard Hershey's not Hagwood.
The Hagwoods they're just taking heads on the wrestling mat.
If they were here, we could work it into the plug. But
so 157, MJ Matthew Staples, New Prairie. He's a tough freshman. He disposed of. I believe I'm sure he is Triple B trained. Asher Ratliff.
Asher Ratliff, Triple B trained also. Asher Ratliff. No,
he said he's
not.
He's not a state placer. So this year, man, he says no way, man. You hear that?
You know, I'm going to ask you, Mikey, where's the region find these freshman heavyweights and 215 pounders that are just studs? Where they grow them at that big?
The steel mill.
They build them out of steel.
I mean, those guys train hard. Those guys, Matthew Staples. I don't think he got to wrestle middle school state last year. Like he tried to wrestle Cesar Salas at middle school state, so he qualified at like 215, and they wouldn't allow it. Those guys are just tough. They wrestle a lot. I mean, we have a lot of families in here. There's a lot of medalists in the house. I'm sure they have the same system. I mean, Brian Bell's here, Case's dad. I'm sure those guys wrestle a ton.
Yeah.
I mean, Dickman, Rio, those guys came in monsters. I mean, they came in a little bit lower weights, but I mean, Caesar's, his dad was good. Jake Salas was really good. MJ Staples has a good team. He has good people around him. He's been training with Hybrid for a long time.
And we had to make sure we enunciated on there so it didn't sound like we were saying Caesar salad.
Hey, even if he did, he's such a nice kid. He would just say, "Yeah, that's right."
Yeah,
I like Caesar salad.
Yeah,
I do too.
his coach was spelling his name wrong on every bracket for the first 2 months, and I go, am I spelling it right in our database? He's like, yes. I go, hey Brandon, you're spelling it wrong. He's like, am I? And then Caesar's like, yeah, you were. But I just didn't want to say anything.
That's what they said about Markel. Markel Shelton from Maryville. They called him Marquel for a year, and then we got a special guest host in the house.
We just missed the 150.
We didn't went past 150. We were trying to learn how to gain weight.
Man, lots of guests in the house.
M. Scholar from the board. We're gonna run through this bracket. We're gonna hand the mic to anybody that wants it. We want the actual breakdowns, the insider stuff.
So
We want actual breakdowns. We want insider information. We got you, man.
we'll be ready soon. So we got Brock Hagwood over Jacob Weaver. The good match, real good match.
That
A lot
was
of
a battle.
action.
It was a battle.
Last second takedown.
Yeah,
like
he
4
picked him up and
seconds.
put him down, and 2 placers for the Prairie Heights Fighting Panthers.
Fighting Panthers, Prairie Heights.
Yes.
Balin Hay.
I heard a rumor they might be. I know they're being looked at by Indiana Tech, possibly to go
Indiana-
be coached by their alum
Are they the fighting Brett Smiths or are they the fighting Levitts? Which is it? I'm not
Ooh.
sure which.
Levitts.
Okay.
Levitts runs the program.
Oh man, Brad was there. That's my guy, man.
Yeah, I think Travis said he's going to have a scholarship ready for him tomorrow.
Is that
That's what
true?
he told me.
Indiana Tech's got scholarships ready for the Hagwoods tomorrow.
Okay. So Pompey's going to deliver the scholarship offer. Yeah,
So-
that's better. That's better. Pompey looks like a Barquillo, but he's aged a lot better than Travis has.
So if you guys are looking for scholarships, sounds like getting passed out at table 4.
Yes, yeah. Hey, Brock and Brody, if you guys want to come over to the hangar real quick, I think they're writing it up right now.
They're handing out scholarships chiclets over there.
You got NIL money over here now.
So that'll be a good match. Hagwood's mean. He likes to wrestle hard, and he'll go after Staples.
Did they wrestle at Al Smith or no?
I do not believe they did.
We don't have it in front of us. If they did, we'll figure it out.
So then Silas Stitz, Center Grove, over Anthony Bustamante. Not related. I assume he's not related to the other one that placed. Tech Fall, Maverick Duball, Adam Central gets on the podium over Cameron Mikesell, Western Boone, 12-6. Good to see the Flying Jets on the podium.
Get one of the Bagabas up there. The Bagabas.
What'd you call me?
They're the Bagabas.
Yes.
You know, that's their brave, outstanding young men.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're Bagabas.
All right. I believe you. That'd be a good one in the morning. Stitz and Duval.
Yes. So
A
Christian,
lot of good ones here at 57. 57 is a good weight.
yep. Then we got a real good quarter bracket here. Christian Arbery over Brian Barrett, 11-2, and then Brant Beck over Deacon Dressler, number
They
2
got
over
some
8. That was a
Hagwoods
good
right here in
match.
the house. They're trying to get scholarship money. They got spots over there. Send about those guys.
So Beck and Dressler was a real good match too. Came down real close. I think Dressler kind of tied it up, and then
Yeah.
Beck kind of got back on the podium. That's gonna be a real good 2 versus 4 match.
Yeah. A lot of rankings next to these guys. I didn't even look at it. Did we only get one unranked wrestler to medal? 2. Not
You got the
bad.
heavyweight. The heavyweight also.
Jakar, who's the other unranked?
The other one that was unranked is we were just talking about him. It was got to go up on the brackets. Man, there's a lot of numbers there. Where did we go? I know we talked about him recently. Blake Getz, no. Caden Underwood.
Caden Underwood, he looked really good too.
Yeah, so we're down to 57, bottom quarter bracket. All right there. So we got Arbery back. That'll be a good match. Two guys with some state medals looking to make the semifinals. Bottom quarter, Jackson Bradley over Caleb Wilburn, 1 minute.
Cowan Blackhawks.
Yep. Yeah, Bradley's really good. He jumped up 2 weights in the middle of the season. Said, I'm not cutting weight anymore, and now he's running it to another state medal, third state medal, I believe.
Yeah, and shout out to Mason Day. Third try, got himself a medal for the Brownsburg Bulldogs.
Yep.
Part of that 11 for 11.
The Trilogy versus Van Tichel, always crazy matches. This one wasn't as crazy as it usually is, but there were a couple good scrambles.
Yeah.
Kind of a close takedown on the edge, and that's kind of when it's a close match like that, calls like that have to be made, and might not be happy about it. But I think it was he ended up winning the match.
Yeah, it was a really good match.
165, Adrian Palat, number 1 in the state, over Carson Godinez. Jesus Lopez over Jacob Cole from Rossville.
It's hard to root against Jesus, though.
That's what we were told. We were told that it's Jesus, not Jesus. So,
You pray to him before the match, and then you got to go against him. It's just
I don't know if he's
counterintuitive.
I don't know if he's the actual Jesus, but I
That's like
represent-
Santa Claus has got helpers.
I know. I hear you.
So yeah, he looked real good. First time I've seen him, he beat Jacob Cole. So you got 1 in 10 there. Palat's just methodical. Doesn't do anything crazy. Doesn't do anything out of the ordinary. Just stays in good position.
Goes hard.
Yeah.
Good gas tank.
Just
Puts a place on people.
I mean, he's like a perfect mold for a Maryville wrestler. I mean, that's their style, and they've been pretty darn successful with it for a long time. Then we got Gavin Davis over Israel Sonnet. It's his third time's a charm here. Been doing pretty good for these guys here. He got his first state medal, pinned Israel Sonnet. That's good for him. Glad to see him get on the podium.
Well, the thing is that this is the first year that Davis has ever been down here that he's healthy.
Yep.
He's had 2 shoulder injuries, had surgery after both years. He goes to the Al Smith and takes down the guy twice in 30 seconds, and all of a sudden flu hits him in the middle of a match, and it's like somebody just unplugged him. So that's his one loss. So it's good to see him healthy, good to see him, and he went out and wrestled aggressive like we've seen him wrestle all year long.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him get up. I mean, obviously Northern Indiana guy that I know is really good. I've seen him in middle school. saw him wrestle a lot in middle school. I'm like, man, this kid's pretty good. And
He was a middle school state champ, I think.
yeah. You're obviously looking at his career and thinking that he could be a couple times in the finals, a couple times, be in that mix, and just injuries set him back a little bit. But now hopefully he can run to the semifinals or finals. And
He's just glad that Mitchell Betzer graduated.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not unhappy about that.
yeah, so Michael Kane over Griffin Larson.
Yeah, state champ in the house over here.
Oh, nice. Former Gorilla.
Former gorilla Blake Rappel.
Yes. He wrestled on Team Indiana at the Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic. So, Michael Kane over Griffin Larson. So that's going to set up a 5 and 7 tomorrow morning. Should be a good match there. 2 kids that like to go hard, and should be some good match.
Yeah, 100%.
And then Evan Rowdy Bush, minute 7 pin over Jackson Prater East Central, and Chance McClellan of Elkhart over Ben Clark. So 8-4. So you got
That was a good match too.
Yeah, McCullough was pretty tough, and Elkhart always produces some just sneaky good guys that don't wow you, but they end up getting guys to state, get them on the podium pretty consistently.
Yeah, Evan Rowdy Bush, I'd be willing to bet he's probably north of 100 falls also.
Yes, yeah, and if he's not there, he's pretty close there. And then Michael Major pinned Camden Bauman, got revenge for his older brother in 148. Leonardo Santiago over Tegan Klaus. Real good match, close match. Guys were getting after it. End up locked hands. Kind of the goofy locked hands where they're facing each other, and he reached over, locked hands, and that was the match.
Final score is 9-8.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another champ in the house. Oh, got 2 more champs in the house. Cathedral rocking it.
Man, Cathedral's in the house. We're in trouble.
Got Cameron and Bailey coming in.
What's up? So we got, man,
I left him on the street. He found his way here.
we're talking wrestling. So, whatever Mike got me.
That was a Modelo, sir.
So we are up to 175. Hopefully we have the brackets up right. Terry O'Neill says he's bringing a bit of honey for you tomorrow.
Ooh, I need 2 bit of honeys if Terry's bringing them.
So 175, Waylon Kressel. He finally found a singlet that fits.
Yeah, I
Usually
know.
wears an 8XL from what I've heard.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it because I'm not trying to get worked.
Braden Bailey in the house. He tech followed Brennan Whitcar.
Represent the Outlaws. Oh, and Logan's over there too, doubling them up. Represent Outlaws.
And then Landon Terry, Tell City over Hayden Whiteneck. So that should be a 1-7. Kressel's good at wrestling,
He's really good.
and he likes to wrestle. He likes to wrestle, but he never spends very much time on the mat. I don't understand that. 170 going down. Cabe Stebbins over Brody Wingate. Stebbins gave up, like you said, gave up that first takedown, then decided to get on his horse and get after it.
I think somebody poked the bear. And you guys talked on Guerrilla Radio a couple of weeks ago. I still think that you put Rocco in front of him, let him try to throw fastballs, and like Mike and I said, you come with a high heater, give him some chin music, that'll scare Rocco back off the plate.
Yeah,
Rock him off the plate.
we'll have to come high and tight
Yes.
so he takes no prisoners.
You don't have to. Well, it's not really high and tight on Rocco. You know how tall he is. Kind of just mediocre.
You got to brush them kids back and show them who's boss.
Yeah.
on the plate, man, on the inside of the plate.
He'll have Coy Bender over Wyatt Davis 4-0. Wyatt Davis, like we said, he jumped from 113 as a state qualifier as a freshman, now up to 175 as a senior. He got a 5 and 6 Friday or Saturday morning. That's gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah, real good. Both those guys have medals too, right?
Yep, both have them now.
Yeah, they both
Yeah.
came with medals.
Yes. You got Vinny Freeman, Penn, tech fall over Tyson Burrow of North Posey, and then Xavier Smith, tech fall over Dominic Dunn, 2 and 3. I like that matchup. That's gonna be a fun one.
They were talking about where he's looking at college, and somebody said maybe Notre Dame. I said, no, Notre Dame is really hard to get in, even if you know somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's probably gonna do some wrestling in college. They're doing a lot of wrestling at Notre Dame right now, right?
Yeah, they did back in my day. We
Yeah,
used
I
to go
know.
down and wrestle them. Fran McCann was.
We can.
Yeah, they have a
What they
close
stop
team.
at 90? 91 was the last year? 90?
I don't know. I wrestled against him in '81. So
Woo. Also before I was born.
And then bottom quarter bracket, Julian Weems 132, cradle pin over Elijah Carter.
Yep.
And MJ Morton over Jake Brash, and 19 over 12 for Roncalli. 190. Man, we're almost done.
Yeah,
almost ready for our guests. I don't know what we're.
She's ready to come out of the retirement.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
oh, where is she? Is she here?
She's worse than what she was before.
Oh,
Oh no!
she's got 10 years of opinion she wants to get out.
Oh, oh boy! Heard a old message board legend might come out of retirement. Do I need to ban her? Do I need to ban her from the website? Oh no! I'll tell her who told me to. So 190, Cesar Salas. He is a very good freshman, and he's really good. And then Michael White over at Sam Howard, another really good match. Those two were getting after it.
That was an exciting match.
Michael White's fun to watch, and he's dangerous. That's going to be a real good 3-4 match. Man, 190 is going to be fun.
That's going to be a fun one right off, like in the quarters. Just stylistically, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then Ethan Farnell, man, he's looking real good. Fall 46 seconds over Alessio Retzloff. And then minor upset, Sear Godwise over Noah Terry, 13-4. Man, Farnell is really good. We just haven't seen him against the top guys. So I'm like, is he good enough to take on Caesar? Is he good enough to take on those top guys? I'm starting to be a believer a little bit, and I guess we're going to find out tomorrow.
He's big, man. That's the first time I had seen him this year. I mean, he's pinned everybody or beat everyone that stepped on the mat with him.
we thought Palacios is big.
Yeah.
But Farnell's as big as Palacios, if not bigger.
Yeah,
He manhandled him last week in the semi-state finals.
Yeah,
he's tough.
that's going to be a fun one. Just kind of curious to see where he's going at, where he's going to go there. And then Kyle Harden. Man, Kyle Harden's looking real good right now. Major decision, was 1 point away from a tech. Kind of just didn't want to push it to put himself in danger. McMahon's a tough wrestler. I didn't expect a major or even close to a tech fall there. Harden's wrestling real well. He'll have tough Xavier Palacios. Palacios beat Aiden Granger from Hobart. 32 seconds, wasn't getting paid by the hour. So that should be a real good match. They did not hit it Al. Did they hit it, Al Smith?
I don't think
No.
I don't think so. Yeah.
He got beat by Kendricks, I think, and then McCullough.
Yeah, so that should be a good one. Good to see Palacios. He's only a junior, so I'm sure the Belmont faithful are glad to see a placer like him come back, and he'll be in the mix of it. That way, it's going to be just as loaded next year.
They were giving me a hard time on air one time. Said I had him underrated.
And you walked Lenny Razzo, the super fan, through it, and I think you walked right through it. And that's what I liked about the show is you guys like, no, we're not going to take any BS. Let's walk it through. We went down and he said, actually, he's one place overrated.
Yeah,
And you do the math. You just math it out.
Yep, there's a website for that.
Someone said we're lucky that VZ moved. Aaron Spain. I'm trying not to read the comments, but the guy we're going to talk about this bottom quarter bracket actually had a win over VZ at state finals.
Yes. So yeah, Gunnar Henry.
That dude's a
He
man.
doesn't pin anything other than stickers on people's laptops.
And
He-
it looks like squad cars.
I'm not gonna say he was doing that one, but
Now, one of our partners on WZBD said that he's a big time bull rider.
Yeah.
they're big cowboy people.
And I think he must Russell steers like he does boys because he went out there and that dude's a man.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, his brother's actually like a bullfighter. That's he was like a rodeo clown. He's doing all that stuff, kind of cool stuff. They like their country there. So Tech Fall, he doesn't get pins. The only thing he pins is stickers onto computers. Allegedly, he says it was someone else, but until I have evidence, he's the guilty party.
You got room for one more.
Yeah. Is there a Dane and Rex show
I
sticker?
have no stickers. I thought about stickers, but you have to give me your name of your sticker guy. Now you do have 2 stickers on a bathroom stall at the Double Eagle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is it my face in the urinal? That's
No.
terrible.
No, one's a shoe and
That's
then
my
one's
nightmare, bro.
one's a shoe and then one's a gorilla.
Nice. So then,
Thank
okay,
you,
that's
Cameron.
fine.
Thank we got to make sure that they're not pops. All right, got it.
So we got
we know all the tricks.
the bottom quarter. That's another good match. Devin Kendricks over Dylan Kroll, 1-6. Kendricks and Henry is going to be a real good Friday night or Saturday morning match.
Hey, do these guys realize there's a show going on here?
I don't
They just
think
want
so.
to start talking. They do that. They don't do that on Hager Hershey's Elk because we got a plan.
Security, you guys
We
got security.
do. We have security.
Well, Dane, you guys have the best plan ever. The first period, the weigh-ins. We don't do it that way.
He sends me the layout. He sends me the script minutes before we go on.
He sent me the script one time, and I said, "Man, this is gonna be so tough. I've never stayed on a script in my life." Joe tried before.
Well, see, we have commercials. We have to play commercials. There's people that pay money for our show, so we have to get their time in.
No one pays for us.
They pay us with likes.
Okay, 2:15. We're almost.
We're almost there. We're gonna hand the mic off to some people after this.
So we got Travis Hankey, Northridge, looking real good. Man, that Talon Gardner was. Those are 2 big dudes on the
I
mat
told
right
you, we
there.
had some big boys coming out of 215 out of East Chicago. There's some big dudes.
Hankey warmed up right in front of me last week at the Coliseum, and that kid's back is this wide. He's a big kid.
Yeah, he's pretty big. He'll have my nephew, Jet Goldsberry, long lost nephew, I think. He beat Julian Burgett by Tech Fall, and I know some people behind me didn't exactly know who Goldsberry was, and he's a little smaller. He could have made 90. He could have made 90, but he went up to 215 for the team. Pretty decent quarterback. He runs pretty fast from what I've heard. They qualified for state in that. Probably the best athlete in the state, and he has a cool name according to somebody over there.
According to my guy Spangle, best name in the state, Jet Goldsberry.
Yeah, Jet's good. That's going to be a real good match. Hankey beat him at the Spartan Classic, but it's a little bit more on the line here, so I'm excited to see that match. It should be a good one there. Then we got Jaden Bartozik of Hanover Central over Austin Ringheisen and killing for the overtime. Was that like the only overtime match?
Just about.
Yeah.
Over Andy Warren of Perry Meridian. Real good match. Guys are getting after it. Two good looking 215s, and should be another good one. I mean, right here tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And then bottom half bracket, Caden Brewer, Tech Fall over Kean McLaughlin of Zionsville. Another matchup of conference foes, and Austin Reading last second takedown over Hartley Hoover. Real close to giving up a takedown late and fended it off. Good to see Reading on the podium. Definitely.
We got the professor in the house now. All right.
Oh man,
wrap it up.
Game
boys.
over. Game over.
Yeah, I mean, really good. Tough month for Reading. We talked about it on air. Really good to see him get a medal. I'm sure this isn't the night that Crown Point won it as a team, but I'm sure a lot of those guys are pretty happy for Austin.
Yeah, definitely. Austin Reading has a great story, and
I mean, I I don't want to say it's a great story. So it's like a sad story, but he's powering through it.
Yes. Noah Weaver, Tech Fall. He's good.
Really good.
That's a big kid.
Yeah, he's a big kid. Not a good draw for Ethan Schrainer. And then Malachi Evans over Derek Morrison. That was a fun match.
That
Those
was
two
a
were-
real fun match.
What was it? It was like 14-12 when he got the pin, something
Yeah.
like that. It was like 12-12 after the second period, and we were like, "Oh yeah, we get another period of this." And then he pinned him, and so
So before you start on heavyweights, what happened to the big heavyweight? We get these guys that look like 215 pounders on steroids. It's just big jumbo.
One of the
heavyweight.
dads here, we can bring him on and ask him.
They're powerhouses. These guys they don't look like your traditional heavyweights.
I mean,
no, they
Coleman
don't.
looks like he's kind of big.
Yeah, Coleman's a big dude.
Yeah.
So is Joe Maverick, but yeah, mostly. I mean, if you look in the college realm, it's a lot of those 250, 240 pound heavyweights. Even like Gable Stevenson's not that big.
Yeah.
He's not that big. So I mean,
You know,
he's big, but he's not.
Purdue's got
You got Dane leaving.
the Indy Lutheran guy, the Philippich
Yeah.
is their heavyweight, and they're bringing Keegan Martin in next year, and they're beefing him up to be a heavyweight. And he was a middle-sized 215 pounder in high school. So
And Noah Weaver will be there next year too. So
Yeah.
he's gonna be problems. So Caleb Evans, sudden victory over Joe Maverick. There's a rematch from earlier in the season where it was ultimate tiebreakers. I think Maverick's just a bad matchup for him.
Yeah.
He's tough to wrestle, and Maverick probably just didn't have the best day. He at semi-state got put in a tough position. Then Lucas Zimborski,
You got some Zaborskis in here also.
he didn't waste any time. He's like, hey, I want everyone to get over to the hangar and hang out with. So I'm going to pin this guy so we can get going.
It. Really good. Obviously, third placer, two-time champ in Tennessee. Has a couple losses the last couple weeks down the bracket, but he just break a guy that probably could have wrestled 215, wrestling heavyweight. I don't think you get a lot of heavyweights that are legging people the way he does.
Yeah.
He's quick, and when you get to the top, I mean that's gonna be a good one tomorrow morning. 1-4 right there.
Yeah, they're both. Evans was a 215 last year, kind of blown up. He's not that big. He's big, but he's not even close. He's 30, 40, 50 pounds underweight.
So we locked the rankings before the state tournament. Obviously, we got 1-4 kicking it off tomorrow morning. Pretty good. One of the only unranked wrestlers left in the only two unranked wrestlers left in the medals. Jakari Markey. I didn't take good advice.
You admit when you do not take good advice.
I do.
So yeah, no, Markey looked real good over Jacob Reynolds. Tech Fall. Kind of Reynolds is a dangerous wrestler. He'll find a way to put you on your back if you if you're trying to take a break. And he did what he needed to do. Got the Tech Fall, and he's gonna have a tough one. Declan Guard of Rochester over Keenan Mowry Shields.
see, that's the problem with heavyweights. If you get a heavyweight on his back, those guys are big, and it's hard to power off. And sometimes you get those heavyweights that don't get on their back very much. You get them on their back, and even the good guys can't get off their back.
Is that where team's going next year? Heavyweight, 650 heavyweight.
He's got 40 pounds, so that's about 190. 215, okay. So Declan Guard versus Jakari Markey, that should be a real good one. Man, we got like a group just staring at us.
I know.
We better say good things here. That should be a good one. And then
We feel
bottom-
like animals at the zoo,
I know.
just staring at us through the glass.
So this is what they do when we're actually doing it online, but we're just sitting here talking to each other.
It doesn't bother me, guys.
Yeah. So Cameron Hazlett over Manford Osborne Fall. Hazlett's pretty good. Isaiah Coleman pins Zach Blevin. So you got 3 and 5, another 2 top 5 guys there. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Coleman is a big dude.
And I think Hazlett's probably a little undersized. I mean, he's not going to be as big as Coleman is. But, I mean, if we redid the rankings, obviously, it would be different, 5 and 3 there. So, he's tough. 36-1. I think him and Zaborski, they're trying to run that back under the lights.
Yep. And bottom quarter bracket.
He's a Lucas or Cameron?
I think you're biased. You're
No,
biased.
Cameron is a good kid. I've known that
Yes.
family for a long time.
Yep. Maximus Forrester 7-3 over Luke Juris. That's a tough match.
Another good kid, too. Max is a
Yeah.
good kid, too.
Juris has a nice.
Ooh,
Juris has
some nice shirts here. His Quest for 3.
man. So
We're losing attention.
Hey, we're running a show here. You know that? There's a show going on here.
And then the bottom of that win, Glassine with a fall in 33 seconds over Charles McGrann of New Haven. Glassine really good.
Yeah.
Big throw.
Yeah, he's
big
had-
over and under. That was a big throw.
Yeah, he's had some good matches. That should be a good one. He's not afraid to go big, so it should be a lot of fun there. Forrester lost at sectional last year, put in the work, put in a ton of work, and now he's
Don't do that. Don't do that.
What is it? Which one?
No. Do you guys understand how this works?
Jake.
This
Yeah,
equipment has
that's
to stay on.
So,
I got jaked. Someone put it on my So
so
Thank goodness you got through the brackets
Yes.
without too many
I'm
interruptions.
gonna let him get on the mic.
who wants to join? M. Scholar, you want to join us?
Jumping on right
Yeah.
now. You need
Yes.
to prep. You need to get in the green room.
Uh-oh.
We got
Oh, jeez.
we got a little bit of time.
So we have M. Scala.
Oh,
come over this
my
way.
Gosh.
Second year in a row. Jumping
2
on.
years in a
Yeah, that's like-
What's your analysis? What's the match you're looking for?
What What's your favorite match of tonight?
Oh yeah, that's what.
Pat, that's your
Oh
favorite.
gosh, I'll be honest. If my favorite match tonight was a reading match, and it's probably a little
Yeah.
in my heart is why, because everyone.
So you want you to pull this out a little bit, bro.
Oh, there
He's
we
gonna
go.
turn you down a
All
little bit.
right. Golly, but the reading match it comes in our hearts because we all understand what we went through in
Right.
the last month or so, and seeing him punch his way into Saturday. I mean, it's amazing. Like I think most of the arena was pulling for him to win.
I think definitely the people that know the story of it, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you're a North Miami fan or someone around that area, maybe you're not getting that
yeah,
story.
yeah,
You're probably like, why is everyone cheering against us?
yeah. The North Miami may not be going down that path,
Right.
but it was great to see him pull out a W, and it was a close one. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, North Miami, he was on legs at the end of the match.
Yeah.
Like everyone was on the edge of the seats.
And
There.
and that's
Yeah.
we kind of talked about it in the review right now. Probably not the night Crown Point won it.
No, it wasn't great. We had some go down.
Yep.
But
But that probably makes up for it a little bit, honestly.
yeah, it's I'll say my own son went down tonight. It is what it is. He wrestled tough, and he went down to Doster, who's a stud.
Yep.
And we had some go like it probably didn't work out the way we wanted to tonight, but watching Reading win, it's almost like okay, well, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like watching him win. That's kind of where our hearts were, and it was great.
And we don't get a lot of insight into all the stories. Obviously, we have a pretty close relationship with that
Yeah.
program.
Yeah.
But like that happens a lot, and I think that we always don't get to see that. And I think that's something that it was a good thing. I thought him qualifying
Yeah.
was awesome. Him getting punched in the ticket for tomorrow, that's really good.
Yep, that's a good match. Good for him, and like you said, like Crown Point, they were. I did all the predictions and stuff, and I'm like, man, Crown Point's a lower ranked guy in 7 of the 13 matches.
That's right.
So if Mike's semi correct, they're going to win 7. Their max would be 7 or 8
Sometimes I am.
matches. Sometimes he is, and
There's
so
a
that-
website for that.
yes,
One
there
time
is.
I heard that.
There's a website. There's a website that'll tell you.
Yeah.
It was a great night. Friday night is always electric because, like, anything that you could try and predict typically doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's Friday night is like the equalizer
Yeah.
in wrestling. Like they make it. I can tell you right now, there's some dude sitting in front of me that is quite obviously a Zabriskie fan.
Yep. It's
I
great.
can't, I can't imagine you're rooting against him tonight, but I think you did pretty
I'm
good.
good.
I'm good right now. Thank you.
But how about you guys? What was your match of the night?
Man, I don't know. Match of the night. I thought the Donald Bowie, Caleb Schaefer match was really good.
Yeah, that's a
that,
good
that
one.
was that was a burn.
It's just one of those matches I didn't really know what was going to happen. And then, I mean, Van Tichel Day was really good just because I know those have been good matches. Obviously, like you guys didn't end up on the side of that, but I know that those have been wars.
But that's a big team race.
Yeah.
As well. Like it's a that's a big team race, and Day wrestled lights out,
You did.
but Van Tischel wrestled equally as well. Like,
Yeah.
I thought maybe because it's just me, like we could have got a little
We don't criticize
call,
it.
little call.
You see that big guy right there? Just handed me some pizza. We don't criticize those guys.
We could have gotten a stalemate a little earlier, but it's a it was a great match. I tell you, those two were battling tough, and I think that's what we love to see on Friday night is you get these matches in there that they're just tough battles.
Yeah.
Like you get in the grit. It doesn't matter the score, but by 3 periods down, everyone's happy with the way they wrestle.
Yep. I like the Michael White and Sam
Yeah.
Howard match. I
That
really
was
haven't
a
seen.
great match.
I really haven't seen Howard wrestle. I haven't seen a whole lot of White either, other than like at state and stuff. And pretty impressed with Howard, and he's going to be in the mix next couple years for a couple of high medals, if not being on the top of the podium for Boonville. So White's fun to watch. That's going to be a heck of a the whole 190-pound weight class. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
He won 9-4, right? It was it was a close match. He got into it. It was nice to see him advance.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I think he's one to watch.
Yeah.
As they get into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, and White's another one. There's a real good story in the Indy Star about him. Super great kid. It's hard to root against a kid like that. And, and there's a lot of great stories like that. Some of them we hear, some of them we don't. So that's a really cool story for him. So I think there are a lot of people around us, like Cathedral and that were cheering for him. So that's really cool. So they obviously know him and know his story a little bit. So that's always fun to have some extra people rooting for you.
Always. I mean, and I'll tell you that those Southern fans tonight were getting wild. They were awesome.
Yeah. They. Okay.
Mike left. He's eating pizza.
Yeah, Mike's eating and grabbing.
It's up
guests.
to us now.
So I guess I'm the master of ceremonies. This is great.
Yeah, it's up to us now. Mike he's just eating fucking pizza.
Yeah. So
Cheese and rice.
any other? I'm looking for that Vinny Freeman and Xavier Smith will be a good one. Smith's a really good wrestler, a lot of experience, wrestled a lot in the off season. Kind of looking forward to that one.
I'll tell you, he's been wrestling tough. There's one wrestler though in 190 that I'm selfishly want to talk about.
Who's that?
It might be Cesar Salas. Like as a freshman, this might be one of the more impressive freshman runs I've seen in a long time. He's just wrestling tough. He used to have to carry around his birth certificate to matches because people did not believe he was 14 years old.
He's tough, and he's starting to hit stride at the right time.
That's right.
Man, that's scary that he's only a freshman. That's real scary. I'm sure the Crown Point coaching staff is elated that they get 3 more years of that.
Well, we get 3 more years, and we could go 90, 215, and who knows if he even makes it 285? I doubt it, but we have multiple years at that weight right now. And he's a stud, and it's so funny because he emasculates us as men.
Yeah, and that's one thing I've always noticed with like, especially some the top schools in our duels. Crown Point, Center Grove, Brownsburg, they always have really good upper weights, good 90s, good 215s, good heavyweights, and that helps you guys so much in duels. And when you have someone like that, that's going to anchor the bottom half of that lineup,
no doubt.
That bottom 3, that's huge, and you're not going to have to worry about it for 3 years. So
it's fun to watch. Salas. Keep it up, buddy.
Yep. Yeah. I'm curious. I just want to see Farnell against these top guys because we don't get to see it as much. So he's going to be a tough out there also.
If we move on to 215, you know who I'm going to talk about.
Who are you going to talk about?
All right. So we're going to talk about reading.
Okay. We got to. I guess I didn't realize it's a Crown Point Brownsburg match. That should be.
It'll be a good match. It's so awesome that reading bumped in the next because based on we had some personal things going on with him,
Yes.
and he's, I think, near the entire state right now is looking for him to execute. Right?
Yeah.
He's doing a great job.
Man, I think we got another guest coming up. Whoa! I don't think I understand what that person's saying.
It's a 3-paragraph message they just sent you.
Yes, and I think he was asking Mike where about picking someone up for Uber. Jeez.
But I'll tell you what, having reading make it to tomorrow is fantastic.
No, that was huge.
It was awesome, right?
I mean,
I don't think there was a person in the entire arena that didn't hope that he made it through based on what he's been going through.
Yes, that 100%.
Awesome. Well, I mean, everyone loved it. Reading, we love you, and we're. I think the whole state's cheering for you. And,
Pretty much, you are 100% correct.
Yeah,
I mean,
no
even the
doubt.
purple dogs.
Well, we got red dogs and purple dogs, but we're all dogs, right?
That is true.
Yeah, we're all dogs.
So we got another special guest. Her son is a state champion. Do you want to let the other one? A second.
Yeah, no,
We can
I
talk
can step
lightweights.
up. I'll tell you what, he's the mother of a stud.
He's average.
He's
No,
average.
he's a stud. You know we love him, but here, we're gonna pass it off.
Pass it off to another stud.
Yeah.
Another stud.
Another
All
stud.
kinds
Well,
of studs.
another more of a stud.
Yeah. So what's your guys' analysis on 120 pounds as I try to block this person?
No, we're not doing that. You know that. It's supposed to be our favorite match of the night. Is what Mike told us.
That's what
Oh.
Mike told us.
Okay. So what was your favorite match of the night?
Mine was Mason Day Mayday versus Van Tilchet.
Van Tichel.
Van Tichel. See, I still got it
She
wrong.
messes them all up.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Shoot. So that was your. Why is that? Give us a little breakdown there while I.
Why is that? Because, I mean, that was a huge swinging point. So, obviously, there's also a team race. There's an individual race. Brownsburg got 11 of 11 guys, to placement. I know Crown Point's boasting that they got 13, which is a record breaking, but how many of those 13 are placing? And we have 11 of 11 placing. And so that was a huge one because that was a one that's always been a tight match between Mayday and Griffin. And so to get that win, for him to get that takedown, that was huge for us.
Yeah, that was a good one. 11 for 11. I'm pretty positive.
Is
That's
a
the most-
record?
I don't want to.
There's a
confirm
website
it.
for that, Joe.
Yeah, I got to pull the information for the database. So maybe I'll do that tonight if I get done a little bit earlier. So what was your favorite match?
I think I'm going to go with Ryan and Zaransky.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was man. Zaransky went after him. He
He
wasn't
did.
afraid, and
He
that's
did.
14 losses. Comes in and says, "I don't care that you're you
I don't
won
care
a
that
state
you're
title."
a state champ. I'm going to come at you. And
Yeah,
I felt like the final score did not indicate how close that match actually was.
No, it was 1-1 for a long time,
Yeah.
and then that was a good match, and kind of excited to. I'm sure the Avon faithful are excited to see someone like him for the next 3 years.
Yeah,
another
he's gonna be
young
fun to
stud.
watch for sure.
So, any other what matches you guys looking forward to tomorrow?
Don't look at me.
You need to look at the brackets.
I mean,
Yes.
no,
No?
I know, kind of,
Let's see. Any you got a Freeman Smith match? That's one of the ones I'm looking forward to.
Caleb Stebbins, I think Bender might be interested in
Yeah.
a 5
Yeah,
versus
that could be
6. That's
close.
going to be a pretty close match.
Stebbins wrestling real well.
He is. He did.
5'7". Davis and Michael Kane will be a good one. They're both good hard-nosed wrestlers. Excited for that one. You got Jackson Bradley, Mason Day,
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
excited
that could
for
be
that
a good
one.
Arbery Beck,
Beck, that'll
Yeah,
be
that's
another good
another
one.
one.
and then you got Staples and Hagwood. Maybe a future Indiana Tech.
Parker and
Marlone Kirksey. That should be a real good match.
yes,
Kind of a contrast of styles.
yes.
Parker's very methodical, and you got that.
Kirsty's very athletic, explosive. He is.
He wrestles the Maryville style, so it's gonna be hard to get him out of position. Hard to just do anything you want to do. They always have a really good strategy. That should be a real good match there. Alex Smith, Lincoln Carter, two guys from schools you don't usually see here. One of them is going to be in the semifinals, so that's going to be pretty cool. Doster Syra.
That should be a
I
good
think,
one.
you
Yeah.
know, I mean, I
I'm
wouldn't be
looking forward
shocked
to
if
that one.
there's an upset there.
Yeah. I'm hoping for, obviously.
Yeah, that should be. I'm excited for the. Yeah, that should be a real good one. Then obviously Silas Foster.
In
There-
Ortega,
yeah.
that's a good
Yeah,
one.
that's
I,
gonna be
I
a
heard
real good one.
Purdue Polytech in downtown's just behind us or something. Maybe we could have the professor on here.
I mean, I think we can get the
We can
professor
get him
on
up
here.
We can get him up
Do
here.
we need the professor? Professor,
Yeah.
please report to the office.
Professor!
Is he coming?
Yeah, I think so.
We need the professor here. Is Purdue Polytech right behind us?
How far away is Purdue Polytech?
Like 5 minutes.
I thought it was
5 minutes.
Yes. Yeah, we got the professor. Yeah, we're gonna talk wrestling. So how close were you to seeing that Spladle go through? Man, did you not scout that?
Well, we did. I told him from Sunday on, Spladles are coming.
You didn't listen. You gotta get in the camera so everyone can see your beautiful face. There is a T-shirt with his face on it.
There is.
There is.
Is there only one, or is there?
There's only one. One
Is
of one.
and one of-
Silas did that all on his own. I had nothing to do with it.
Thankfully,
I think it was mostly a gesture towards you for the non-picture on the state profile pictures.
well, I'm going to use that as your profile or on your Indiana Map profile, not your name stuff. It's
I mean, you made it so I can't change my username and picture anyway, so you can do whatever you need to do.
So-
You did that in the Brownsburg coach's office 3 years ago.
So what matches are you looking forward to that are non-Silas Foster related?
I mean, you have the 190 quarter bracket that's just brutal that had Michael White and
Caesar.
Howard tonight, and then Caesar in the morning.
Yeah, that's like
That's
I'm
a brutal quarter.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Any other ones that you're looking forward to?
Mason Day and Jackson Bradley at 57 should be
Yep.
some fireworks. 57 all the way around. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
glad that Silas made the decision to go to 50 because those 57 quarters are brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beck and Arbery. Stitz, I think, is in pretty good shape. And Hagewood, if I'm saying that right. Hagwood came out of nowhere and beat Weaver. Weaver had beat Silas and
Came out of nowhere. He's from Prairie Heights. You not know where Prairie Heights is?
Okay, so for reference, that you're
Travis, he's dissing on Prairie Heights. Please take care of him.
but Silas attacked Brock, and then Weaver kind of dominated Silas and Mason Day in back-to-back matches up there.
Yeah.
There should be some good matches there. Any other?
Absolutely. I think 106 too has some
Yeah,
really good.
yeah. We've
quarters.
kind of glossed over
That-
106.
that
And
whole bracket. Those kids have just been beating each other up all year.
yes, the Mooresville Regional. They love wrestling each other, don't they?
Lake Central kid had a dominant performance today over Ocampo.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we were talking about it. He just stayed in good position, had a good game plan, stayed in his good positions, didn't get in her positions where she is very good. They wrestled. He wrestled real well and executed the game plan. It almost gave up the firemen's early, but then end up fending that off. And he looked. Cruz looked really good. Connor Maddox. I did not
really
expect a tech fall over Gavin Ack.
No, I
He's
did not
really good.
either.
Yeah, that's
Well, like per your text the other day that Newcastle sucked. So we did show out. We were second most placers, and 106 alone, we lost several that should have.
hey, that's a draw.
And Newcastle and Evansville matched up 6 of the 14. That's not how math should work, but
It's not. You know how to do math?
oddly enough, I do.
Nice. So, any other matches you're looking for? We didn't get to talk about that case about when the Bell family was here. Are they still here?
Yep, they're still here.
Yeah, we didn't get to
So-
talk about Case Bell, and I
I
mean,
think Case is a dog. Keegan Dressler is one of the biggest 13s I've ever seen in my life.
yeah, that should. So you've seen Dressler? I haven't really seen him that much.
So, I mean, I've seen him from opening week when he was at 26, I think. I mean, he's a big dude.
Yeah,
I assume by the time he hits the mat, he's not going to be anywhere near 115 or 116.
yeah.
Um,
It's pretty close. Pretty good. Quick turnaround there, though. So you can't be too crazy.
unlike the stupid setup today of 150 and up having 4 hours.
Yeah. They used to have it a little bit further apart, but I don't know. Yeah, that was interesting.
Everybody weighing in at the same time was really weird. I'm not necessarily a fan. I mean, convenience factor, sure, but like if you're actually cutting, then it's managing it for that much longer versus wrestling within an hour or so is not necessarily the gentlest on your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White versus Salas. We've talked about that a couple times. I'm just checking our comments. So Newcastle fans in the house.
Parker Reynolds and Kirksey is an interesting style matchup.
Yes. Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch. And see, I mean, it's going to be both coaching staffs are going to be kind of game planning there and trying to figure out how to get into your good positions, get into your style of a match. And that's going to be, I mean, what kid can execute that game plan the best? Because I know both of them are going to have good, solid plans.
I mean, I give Bloomington South credit for their game plan today. It was do not let Silas get a wrist and try 27 spladles. And if you get one, you get one.
Yeah, if you get one, you can end the match.
Yeah.
And, man, he almost had that go-go gadget leg, and I thought he was going to –
Silas, I still don't know how he was able to keep that leg back and posted that thigh to not give up that bottom leg because that'd have been all she wrote.
Yeah, that was really, really scary close.
Who you telling?
What?
Who you telling?
Telling what?
That was scary close.
You. And I was a lot further away. I'm like, man, he just keeps reaching his leg. I didn't know. You didn't realize how long of a legs that Cooksey has until he tries that spladle.
Dude, he is long. I mean, we were on top in that situation.
Yeah.
We got spladled from top.
Yeah. So,
Dickman Bollinger, round 27 at the state finals.
Yes.
Earlier than normal, though.
Yeah, usually it's the semifinals. Dickman's wrestling real well. Yeah. And that's just, that's going to be not a fun match. Then obviously the Caden Underwood, one of two unranked guys. You're more from that area. Have you seen him a lot?
Underwood's fun to watch. He doesn't have any fear being on the mat. I watched the Lewis Meyer match. I mean, it was a great match. Lewis kind of coasted to the end. Underwood's going to take it to him the whole time, so it'll be interesting to see. The Warren kids had some great Friday night matches, Bowie over Schaefer and Easley, and both came out from deficits where they probably shouldn't have won and pulled them out.
Yeah.
Gales and Getz will be good too. I think that was a 1-point match at the Holiday Classic.
Oh, yeah, that should be a good one. 6 and 7 for a spot in the semifinals, and they're going to be obviously. Gales has wrestled Malone a few times, so they know each other pretty well. That should be a good one.
I'm a little partial here.
You're a little partial at 126.
Yant's been wrestling. Yant's been wrestling lights out, but obviously so is Rio.
Yeah, he likes to tilt people. I don't know if any of the coaches or anyone saw that. Yant is a very good
0-0 first period and a tech ball second period.
Yes, yeah, that was pretty impressive.
I probably wouldn't go down.
Yes, and I don't think Vargo did. He got taken down, and then it was all she wrote. I thought that was going to be one of the better matches. I was looking forward to it. Good first period, and then he gets on top, and that didn't last long. So Isaac Ash over Hickson Love, Eli Brody. That should be a good one.
That should be a good match. Those are two contender kids. They know each other well.
I have to go Ash. He finds a way to the semis every year.
He does. He does.
Out of the 4 spot.
Yeah,
right. He likes taking the path less traveled. I probably don't have the data, but I definitely would like to know how many people made it to the semifinals on the 4th spot most times. You did, but one time.
I was a good choke artist, so I only got the one time at the show.
Nice. So Brady Volts, he's pretty
Volts
good.
Is huge.
Yeah, and he's big. Yeah, it's one of those guys you don't see very often. Did he come out? No, he comes out of Richmond Regional.
He comes out of Richmond.
Okay, yeah, I always think of who is it? It's Triton Central. I get them mixed up with. That comes out of your region.
Hancock used to come out of Perry Meridian.
Okay, yes.
They were they got moved a couple years back.
Okay, that makes sense then. So Ty Henderson, 3 and 11. I think that's going to be one of those that's not as that's going to be a little bit closer than you kind of anticipate. Gendris, Don Brown. That's a tough match right there.
That's a good match, yeah.
let's see.
Horn finally gets through Friday night.
Horn's a good match too.
Horn and Goss. That'll be, Horn's been there. Monkey's off his back.
Lost Friday night as a freshman
As
to
a
you.
freshman, Yep.
Lost last year. Can't remember to who though.
To Jay County kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he in a good spot here. He has a tough match, but he got that monkey off his back. Now he can wrestle a little more freely.
Yep.
Sam Mosier, Donald Bowie.
Yep. That Bowie Schaefer match was really good too.
Yeah, that's one of our favorites. Let's see. Anything? So what time are weigh-ins tomorrow? Do you know?
7 or 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Doors
Silas on
open at
weight.
7.
Silas on weight.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. You're on weight too,
I am for my weight class.
but your weight class.
Me too.
Whatever I want it to be.
Whatever you want it to be. Nice. Find the Cash Checkers DJT. So yeah. Let's see. Anyone else want to join us? I need Mike. Mike's like the social butterfly.
He's a butterfly over there.
Yes.
He is.
Anything else? Team race. It looks
Over.
like it looks
Yeah,
like Brownsburg is going to
wrapped
run away
up.
with it. They obviously have to perform tomorrow morning, but they're going to be able to seal it up pretty quickly.
They might have it sealed before the semis.
Yeah, and they're going to. I do have the data. I just haven't imported it, but they're going to be
Updated power poll.
Yeah, I do have a power poll basically of their of where they're the max points. I don't think I have all of the. If you look at it,
I just want an apology for you saying Newcastle sucked and we had the second best placers.
I don't think that's right. I gotta find it. That is not correct there. Yeah, they should. They're looking real good right now, and it's gonna be. It's gonna be theirs to lose. They're gonna have to obviously wrestle this next round, but they're in a really good position. 11 for 11. That's
They go like 9 for 11 in the morning. They can just go home.
yes.
Yeah.
Let me see. I got. I can pull it in here. I have all sorts of fun things to do.
Brownsburg can thank Chittard for knocking off 2 of the Red Bulldogs.
Yes, they did. So there we go. 47.5. They're up by 19 points on Center Grove and Crown Point. They have 11. The other two have 7. Max points right now are pretty high. So
Everybody can still be a champ.
yes, yeah. So should be some good matches coming in here. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Let's see. Do we want to get anyone else up here, or are we done? I think we're good for the night. Thank you guys for joining us. We're going to go socialize. Everyone's all having a good time. So thanks for joining us. Thank you for these two joining us. And we will see you on Monday to recap state finals. Thanks, everyone.